Just close the door. Just, Hi guys. So welcome to Live Life with Lena, and we are on episode 2. So today is the second episode of this show, and we are live. I'll wait for today. We have a very special guest, and today's guest is Ishpreet. She is the manifestation coach, and very soon she will be joining in. As soon as she joins in, I will just send her the request. So hi Vijay, I could see you here, who all are joining me. Just let me know from where you are tuning in from, and I'll just check the connections. I just came in little early so that I can just check the connection. Everything is fine. We'll just wait for Ishpreet to come live. Hey, hi Gajendra, how are you? Okay, so I'm just sending the request to Ishpreet. Just wait guys, just have patience. We are going to invite Ishpreet anytime here, and you are going to have an amazing session today with me. Live like, oh,
Hello.
what? You are already there. Hi.
Yeah.
Ishpreet. How
Hi.
have you been?
Awesome. You want to see where I am?
Where?
See.
Don't tell me you're still in Manali.
Yeah.
Oh my! You just landed back from your holiday, I thought.
No. I'm here for 2 months. 2 months at least.
That's
Yeah.
amazing, and that shows up like you are a real manifester. See this?
I am. No, I am gonna tell you this story as well. That even this entire thing I've manifested, and how I'll tell you.
So good. I just can't wait because I love traveling. I'm a gypsy at heart, and I'm staying
Yeah.
at home from last more than 6 months. I've not stepped out. It's so
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah,
I
no,
should see whether I could join you in this next 2 months.
I know,
It's
right?
it's really good. Okay,
You
so
should
guys,
come here.
we have Ishpreet here. Thank you everyone for joining here. So we are going to start our session, Live Life with Lena. And this complete show is all about living your best life. You can see how Ishpreet is living her best and best life. So living your enhanced version of yourself. And it's so simple. And in a much organic way, in a much subtle way, things happen so smoothly. When I see these incredible personalities, I really feel that anybody can manifest what they desire and what they want.
Absolutely.
So awesome. So Ishpreet, before we start the session, I remember the first time when I'm meeting you in a session here with Sri Akarshna in Bangalore.
Yeah.
And we were just standing in the queue, and I never knew Ishpreet. And suddenly I saw that we were entering the seminar hall, and I saw her standing with a high vibration, and somewhere it was attracting me. Maybe her personality, maybe the attire what you were wearing, and the frequency what you were sending it out. It was so attractive that I was not able to resist myself. I just went to her and said hi, started introducing, and the way she responded back was so amazing. I still can't forget that day because I could really feel the warmth. I could really feel the love which you carry for all the human. So it was so wonderful. That's all I know about you, and I'm so curious because maybe I have met you 2-3 times. Maybe that was a one session.
Three times. I mean, yeah, the 3 days. Yeah, that's all we met.
3 days.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I could only understand the kind of human you are, with the kind of love, the warmth, the openness, the vulnerability, everything. It attracted me so much. And today you landed up as a manifestation coach. So it's no surprise to me, because a person like you, with sending so much of high level of frequency to the universe, automatically you are supposed to get what you want. So today we are here to learn from you, Ishpreet, and a little bit about yourself, and also how did you landed up with all this manifestation in your life? Where it all started? Your journey to life.
Okay, so this is going to be a little more than just a nutshell because let me first tell you a little bit about my
Would love
background,
to
okay?
know.
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about my background, as in where did I start from? Okay, so I was always this person who had absolutely no clue in which direction I was heading. Okay, I just knew that there were some pieces here and there that I used to enjoy doing, or I used to like, or at least I thought that I liked. Okay, and it started with when I did my bachelor's, and then when I did my master's. Okay, and let me tell you, I did my bachelor's and master's just because everyone else was doing. Okay, I had
Oh,
no idea. I had no idea what I was doing when I got into BBA. I did it because everyone else was doing. Okay, then when I got into MBA, again, it's like, after BBA, ab kya kare MBA. So it was that I had no clue again what I was doing. But again, I'm thankful for each and every step because that's why I'm here. Okay, so I went ahead and I did my master's. I did my MBA in marketing from Bangalore, from Christ. Okay, then I worked for 2 years. I worked for 2 years in retail, in sales. Again, I thought that, okay, I'd enjoy doing it. But again, that wasn't something that I thought that, okay, fine, this is it. Okay, that never came. When I was working in that company, I was with Reliance Brands. Okay, and when I was working with them, that's when one day suddenly I had this inner calling that, okay, I want to study ahead. Okay, so I was like, let me just. My dad was always after me, but I never paid attention. So that one day, I don't know, somehow I was like, okay, I want to
so
study
this
ahead.
was post MBA.
This was post MBA. This was post MBA. So my sister is a scientist. Okay, so she's like gone for further studies and stuff. And my dad always had that. That even I should go ahead and do something on my own. All right. But I never felt like. But then one day, like I said, something happened and I went through this course called as MSc in Luxury Brand Management and Marketing. It was across 3 different countries. It was 4 months in Paris, 3 months in London, and 3 months in Shanghai. Okay. And maybe it was that I that attracted me. I was like, okay, I want to do this. And I was remotely related to fashion at the time because that retail thing, it was a luxury clothing fashion brand. So I was like, okay, fine. Next 2 months, I resigned and I was like, I'm going to prepare for this exam, and just very impulsive. Resigned, and then I started preparing for this. And 2017, I was in Paris. Okay. And again, reaching Paris was again a manifestation because I had no idea which city I'm going to land in. I just knew that I wanted to be in Paris. This university had different branches all across France, but I wanted to be in Paris. So I used to like set my wallpaper as Eiffel Tower, and I used to journal. I used to make a vision board in which, like, two girls were sitting like together like that, and that also came true. So each and everything, somehow I landed in Paris, and that journey was so beautiful. I don't remember anything that I studied in this classes over there, very honestly. All I remember is what happened outside the classrooms. Okay, really, like when I used to go exploring the city or something of that sort. And that's why I released my ebook as well a couple of months ago. I think you know about it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's called
yes.
as, yeah, it's called as The Flight to Spiritual Awakening, because those 10 months changed me into a different person altogether. Yeah, so that I
How?
can
I
come
mean,
to.
were you in touch with some mentor over there, or how does it happen?
No, 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 I was not. So I was only, so I went from the sole purpose of studies, obviously. And it was just different things that kept happening. Like in Paris, I was a very frustrated person because I wasn't gelling up with anyone. And, things like that. Things weren't going my way as I expected. I had a different illusion of Paris in my mind that, oh, I'm going to go partying and clubbing and this and that. Nothing doing. Some other thing only kept
It's
happening.
there in my mind now.
Yeah, yeah, but things were happening a totally different way. Okay, so the 4 months changed me into a specific someone. Like I came out of this bubble of wanting someone all the time, or needing someone as a company all the time, and really getting out of that shell and being okay with not gelling with people. Then when London, I was totally free as a bird. I used to just go exploring places on my own, exploring the city on my own, not a care in the world. Then again, Shanghai was so different. It was so different. It taught me that a smile goes a long way because that was the only language I could speak to with them. Otherwise, Google Translator. So there were a lot of learnings that I went through. Then after this happened, somehow I had to do an internship, by the way. And again, I had to do it there. But then again, I landed up back in India. And then I did an internship in Taj West End in Bangalore. Okay.
Oh,
And that was very unexpected. Like, I would not have landed there. It was not the kind of job I would have wanted, but somehow I landed there. Then that led me to working in WeWork, okay, which was my last job. Then I worked in WeWork.
when we met, you were in Weaver.
Yes, yes. I was in WeWork at the time. So then I started working in WeWork, and I think it was around this time that I realized that I don't think I can be in a job always. I do not want to be in a job, and it's not the final purpose, okay, for me. But it was a lot of fun working with WeWork. It was a very different kind of an environment. If you guys don't know about WeWork, you should really go and check it out. It's a very cozy vibe. It doesn't feel like an office. So it was a really good time. But then around the beginning of this year, right before we met in Shri Akashna's event, I was done. I was like, okay. I used to tell myself that, okay, Ishpreet, just like breathe. It's fine. It's fine. You're just doing all of this for the last time. Just know that. I used to tell myself that. And then I went to this event where I met Leena. Again, a very unexpected meeting we had, like she just told
Yeah.
you a little bit. And in those 3 days, so many things shifted for me because till that point, I was struggling to just understand as to what am I even good at. You know, till that point, I had this question in my mind and I did not used to have any answer. I was like, what am I good at? Am I good at anything? But then remember the examples they gave us? The
Yeah.
kind of examples, yeah, the kind of examples they gave us, that made me think
People
that
making YouTube videos, just laughing and crying and
and that
laughing.
yeah, and that silly relationship advice some girl in some YouTube
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
if you don't want to be
The,
together, don't be together. Something like that she said in the YouTube video. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, really? I am better than this at least. Please.
exactly.
Yeah.
That event was an eye opener for all
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah. So those 3 days shifted everything for me. That's the reason. Right after that event, I started to work on my ebook because I felt like I had something to share. Okay, so I launched that ebook right after the event, and I realized after the event that okay, the things that I'm good at is, of course, manifesting, which I was doing without even knowing. I was a good communicator. Okay, I was like good in a lot of different sort of things, and I thought, okay, why not put this to practice? Because I was always anyway this kind of person, there's this one friend in the group who would always have something to share or would help a different friend get out of a rough patch or things like that. I was always that friend for people around me, and even for my family members, like my masi and my uncle. They call me for some advices here and there. So I was like, okay, there is something maybe. So I was playing the role of a coach all my life without even knowing it,
Without even
and
realizing it.
without
Yeah.
even realizing it was just that I was doing it for free all this time. And then finally, I thought, why not put it to practice? And the thing that I'm really good at is, of course, law of attraction, because I've studied it so much the last 7 years, and just like helping people feel
When
better
you
about
say that
themselves.
you have studied it through books or through a
Yeah.
mentorship or attending a course. What was that?
No, so it was all on my own. It was all my curiosity. So when I came across this concept, I think back in 2013, I had an open mind towards everything. So when I came across this, I was like, okay, fine, let me just explore what is it. And then I started reading about it. And I had little manifestations along the way. Like I would always find a parking spot in my crowded workplace where no one else would get it, but I would get it. Okay, so like things like those. It started happening and I could see little things and it got me more and more curious. And I started reading about it. And now, after researching and learning so much on my own, now I know that it's not just about the law of attraction, and it's so much more than like attracts like. It has so much to do with neuroscience and quantum physics, and just like energy and vibrations. It's pure science. And I got into the nitty gritties of that. I watched documentaries and whatever I could get my hands on. So that's how my knowledge,
So
like,
the way you are telling, like you have been manifesting small things, like in a
yeah,
parking area, you're getting that space,
yeah,
and you're stepping out of the home, and then finally landing up, meeting somebody like Shri Akashna, landing up to an
yeah,
event. These were all part of manifestation. So
yeah.
realizing it and being aware of the fact that whether consciously or unconsciously, we are manifesting things in our
Yeah,
life.
yeah. So,
So
so guys, it's sorry, go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So basically, just for the audience to understand, Ishpreet,
Hmm.
just on a very layman term, what exactly is law of attraction? What do you mean by manifestation?
Okay.
Because when I was conducting a 1 hour class with my student, and I literally taught everything, and after that 1 hour, she's coming back asking me, "Please tell me what do you mean by manifestation?" So it's
Oh my
like,
God, such
so
a bummer.
I really don't want that to happen here. So if you
Yeah,
can just tell the basics of law of attraction, the basics of what you mean by manifestation,
yeah.
we can start from there.
Okay. So if I say, like you said, asked in simple layman terms, okay, if I tell you, it only means that if you think the good, you're going to get good in your life. If you think about the bad, you're going to get bad in your life. And it's just like about your thoughts. If you're going to, like, for example, if I'm going to think about or expect positive outcomes in my life, if my mindset is going to be positive about the things around in my life, I'm only going to get more and more of positive. If I think about the negative or I find negative, there are people who kind of find negative in every situation,
Yeah.
or they'd have a problem for every solution. Those kind of people will always get more of negative situations in your life. So the only thing you need to know is that whatever is happening in your life, it's only by the way that you're thinking. It's, believe it or not, some people don't accept it, that okay, this something so bad happened to me, this can't be because I, but let me tell you, it is because you manifested it. It's only because of you. And it's a lot more like, it's maybe in your subconscious mind and the kind of thoughts you've been thinking all your life. It's all a product of that. So like attracts
Totally.
like. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly. I mean, so guys, all of you who are watching us, is we are talking to Ishpreet. She is a manifestation coach, and so it was so clear to understand that law of attraction is all about, if you really want to attract good things, we need to change the way we think. We need to
yeah,
change the way we feel, and what you think and how you feel, you start attracting things in your life. So
yeah.
it's as simple as that.
As
So
simple.
thank
And
you.
sorry to
Yes,
cut you off again.
yes,
No,
yes,
I
yes,
was,
please.
I was just going to give a very simple example again that I think a lot of people would be able to connect with. So, how it happens that, have you like ever realized that every time, I'm sorry if there's a noise in the background, okay? Because if ever you're wearing a white t-shirt, let's say, has it ever happened that जिस दिन white पहनते हैं उसी दिन something happens to you or something spills
हाँ
on your white
हाँ
t-shirt,
हाँ
right?
हाँ,
Does that
true, true.
happen? And things
या
like that.
किसी
It
को
is,
देखा, आई मीन
हाँ.
मॉर्निंग में किसी को देखा, ओ आज का दिन गया, काइंड ऑफ
Yeah, yeah,
दैट.
yeah, exactly. And why is that? Because when you are conscious that okay, I'm wearing a white thing, you're constantly in the fear कि कुछ गिर ना जाए, कुछ गिर ना जाए. And that is exactly what you end up attracting. And
That's true.
that's how
That's
simple it is.
absolutely true. I mean, I can give
Yeah.
you an example. Like my mom, she never likes this. She doesn't believe on online shopping. And right now, there was no other go. I had to send her some gift through online. Usually, I travel to her, but this time I just sent her the sari online. And she was like, "No, online will not work. Online will not work." And she kept on chanting this. And you won't
Yeah.
believe, the courier guy reached the gate, handed over the
Huh.
sari parcel to her, and the person just asked the OTP. She gave the OTP and he typed it wrong. He took the sari. He took the sari back
Oh
from
my
my
God.
mom and he left back. Can you imagine? I mean, I was telling how you were chanting this and you got it. So it's so true. If we
So
say
funny.
something will not work, it will not work. So it's as simple as
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah. Either ways, you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and manifestation, when we use the word manifestation, is as
Yeah.
simple as like your dreams, your wishes, what you are thinking for, it's coming to reality by
Yeah.
using certain tools and techniques. So, what I'm
Yeah.
understanding from Ishpreet is the simple technique of attracting things would be positive about things and just be in your present, being aware of the things which are happening around you.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have been watching your videos, Ishpreet, YouTube
Hmm.
videos, and
Hmm.
guys, follow the YouTube video of Ishpreet. You will be able to follow her Instagram page. You will be able to just see the link of the YouTube,
Yeah.
and she has some amazing videos on manifestation. And something which lately which I've seen was, how can you attract what you want in just 24 hours? And
Yeah.
that topic itself was so glowing. Wow, in 24 hours is possible. So why don't you share that today? And I'm pretty sure most of us would like to attract things in 24 hours
Yeah,
or less than
sure.
that.
It is, it is possible. So 24 hours, I say, because you have to give a timeline. But there are people who can attract the particular thing that whatever they want in less than 24 hours, in 1 hour, 2 hours. It totally depends on the kind of faith you have. So the first thing that you want to do, whatever you want to attract in 24 hours, is firstly be aware and be conscious of the fact that you're coming from a place and you have a mindset of being happy and relaxed and joyful. Like if you're like in an angry state of mind, or if you're just frustrated with a lot of things going on, your mind is too cluttered, that is not the time for you to even try to manifest something. Okay, when you want to sit for manifestation and intention setting, make sure you're relaxed, you're in a happy state of mind, easy breezy. Once you have that, the next thing you want to do is be extremely clear on the intention. Okay, what is it that you want to manifest? Okay, a lot of times why we aren't able to manifest is simply because we give a very blurry intention out to the universe. Okay, it's like, imagine saying that, okay, I want a lot of money, but how much money? What is the figure? Exact figure. You got to be extremely crystal clear. Okay, that is intention setting. But when I talk about intention setting, and when we talk about this method, talking some like manifesting something in 24 hours, I'd like to tell you that I want you to think about yourself and put yourself in either of these two categories. Someone who has a lot of faith in law of attraction and all these things, and someone who does not, who's trying to build their faith up. Okay, and if you lie in the category who does not have a lot of faith, I would suggest you to start with something extremely small, like say random 500 rupees out of nowhere, or a random gift from someone, or a cup of coffee, something like that. Okay, something that you don't have an emotional attachment towards, so you know that even if it happens or it doesn't happen, you're totally fine with it, because that's the best place to come from while
True.
manifesting. Yeah, you know
True.
about that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So when you have categorized yourself and you want to just build up your faith, think about something very simple. Let's say a cup of coffee. Okay, now you're clear on the intention. Now what you want to do is write that down somewhere on a piece of paper. Okay, and then close your eyes for 3 to 4 minutes, next 3 to 4 minutes, and just visualize yourself having that. And I want you to have that emotion. It's not just about visualizing. The key to visualization is feeling it. Okay, so how are you going to feel when this manifestation is going to be in your hands? Think of that. Think of the, like, every single detail you can possibly think of. In this example, think of what is the color of the mug, and how does the coffee taste like, and what is the smell like. Everything, just like immerse yourself in that experience. Do that for
Where are
three to
you
four
sitting and
minutes
sipping that
Yeah,
coffee?
everything. Be as descriptive as possible. Okay, and then you want to let go. Then in the night, you can keep this piece of paper under your pillow and sleep off. That is an excellent technique, by the way. When you do that, it reaches your subconscious straight away. Okay, with
Oh,
this yeah, with this emotion, you want to keep this under your pillow and you want to sleep off. And then the next morning, again, as soon as you wake up, and you're in this state where you're not fully awake, you're not asleep anymore, but somewhere in between, that is the best time for you to again relive this emotion of your manifestation, and then you want to let it go. Like, don't do anything about it, but the number one thing you want to hold on to is faith. Okay, just know that you've placed your order and you don't need to do anything else. Okay, just relax and know that it's going to come to you, and that is all you want to do. And if any of you can really follow these steps as it is, you will be blown away by the kind of results you get. Because, like I said, some of you, depending on the kind of faith you have, you will manifest this in weird ways, like in just 1 hour, half an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And some of you in 24 hours. It really depends on how many blockages you have in your mind and how easy you are. That's all.
awesome, awesome. That, thank you so much for sharing that. Maybe I wasn't aware that when you do the scripting, you put it under your pillow and it will manifest
Yeah.
faster. But you know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have been doing this because usually I do my scripting early morning or while I sleep.
Hmm.
So I'm so lazy to get up and take my journal. So I usually keep
Yeah.
it at the side of my pillow always. And you can, I just, this is my small journal which I keep writing, I keep scripting. And it
Yeah.
is such a wonderful way. Guys, if you are watching this, if you have any questions related to law of attraction or manifestation, please put it down in the comments, and we'll be so happy to answer that. Especially we'll hear it from the horse mouth, who is the manifestation coach today with us. So let's utilize as much time we can, the best use of Ishpreet's time. So put down your questions, and what we have learned now from Ishpreet is few of the tips of manifesting things in our life. And one thing which you told us so clearly, because now when I teach my students also, and the first thing when I ask them, like, what is your intention, what actually you want, and I can get answers. The house would be good. 2 BHK seems to be good. A beautiful girlfriend would be good to have.
Yeah, like who doesn't want that?
You know what? I mean, if you can actually give that 1 to 10 the score and tell me that whether it will manifest how faster, because the emotions which are going inside that intention which you are setting, it's not there. And especially when you told about emotion, the energy in motion, Shri Akashna, always, I'm so grateful to Shri Akashna that we have learned this from him.
Yeah,
it's so beautifully he explains this. The emotions are energy in motion, and if you're not ready to put that high vibrational frequency in, you'll not get it. Exactly. So there are 2 questions which I always ask, whether it's to myself or whether it's to my students. It's the 2 questions which we can ask during manifestation or setting the intention is, why you want to set it up? Like, if you want a beautiful house, why you want it? Or the next question is, how do you feel? How would you feel when you actually get it in front of you? Do you feel amazing? Do you feel proud if you want for your parents? Why you want it? Why you want to make your parents stay in that beautiful house? How does it make you feel? So this why and how questions really activates your emotions out. So this is something which has helped me. So sharing up here. Fine. So I'm just seeing if there are any questions coming up. So Ishpreet, the next question which I want to ask you is, though we do all of these things, we set up the intentions, and people, like, after watching the Secret movie, they are like full-time chanting. Like, I'm attracting 1 million in my account, I'm attracting 1 million in their account. So it's like, it doesn't work like that, right? Just that chanting works full-time.
Yeah. No, so I think Secret has missed, I think Secret really missed the point of focusing on the emotion thing. Like, I think that was one thing that was missing, because what they've explained is that the Ferrari example that they've given, that you imagine yourself driving a Ferrari and close your eyes and immerse yourself, and that's it. But I don't think there was anywhere a mention of feeling it, or like the emotion bit. And like I said, that is...
part.
Yeah, the let go part as well. So there are a lot of loopholes in there, for sure. But that's a very important thing. Like, the letting go part is everything. Not having an attachment towards what you want is everything. And that is why, so many of times it happens that we think about something, okay, randomly it pops up in our mind and we forget about it. And then out of nowhere, that lands up in our lap. Somehow we get it. And why is that? Because we didn't care if it happened or it didn't happen. And while it is a very difficult thing to do, agreed, this is the only way that will only speed up your manifestation, even if it's a dream job or whatever it is. Because I read this somewhere that the amount of energy it takes to manifest 100 rupees, it's the same energy that you'll need to manifest, let's say, 100,000 rupees. The only thing is that with 100 rupees, you don't have that attachment. But with 100,000, we obsess. Kahan se aayega? Kaise aayega? Kab aayega? And all these things. And that's the only thing. The key is to not... Sorry, just last point I want to say here is, the key is to not worry about how is it going to happen. Because that's not your job. Your job is to be extremely clear on what you want. And not be scared while setting an intention. Like you were just saying, that people are like, ye chalega, wo chalega. And why is that? Because they're scared. They're scared to put that intention out there, because they know ki nahi hoga yaar.
Exactly.
They're coming from that place. Yeah.
So you need to... I mean, nahi hoga, ya abhi tak hua nahi hai, to aage kaise hoga?
Ab aage kaise hoga? Yeah. So it's not your job. The how is universe's part. It will surprise you in the most weirdest ways. You only have to set the intention and then let it go.
Exactly. I mean, we really suffer with... People are very good in setting up intentions. We are very good knowing what we want.
Yeah.
But we are not good in letting go. So
Yeah.
that's the part where we need to learn that surrendering our doubts, surrendering our fears, surrendering our anxiety towards the intentions which we are setting it out. And that's something which I took time to learn this. And today when I do my scripting, Ishpreet, are you there?
I'm there, Lena, but you're stuck. Can
Oh
you hear
yeah,
me? Can you
I
hear
can
me or
hear
see
you
me?
very,
Can
I
you see
can hear
me?
you very clearly, but your picture is frozen.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, now you're there. You're
Okay.
back.
You're still stuck though.
Yeah, it's still the spinning wheel is going on. I could see the spinning wheel, so it's
Okay, but
just
I'm not
loading.
stuck anymore,
Network.
right?
Your image is okay. Fine. Your back looks like
Okay, let me know if you can't hear me
fine,
because
guys.
just yeah.
I can hear you very clearly, Ishu. Only thing is the image is blurred and it's kind of frozen.
Do you want me to join again?
Looks like.
Okay. Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah, I'll send you the invite again.
Yeah.
Let's try. Guys, just give us a second and some technical glitches, and we'll join back again. Ishpreet will be joining us again. Okay. So guys, I'm just sending the invite to Ishpreet. We'll wait for a few seconds for her to join back. But let me just share with you what exactly I do for my manifestation. So this is kind of a small journal which I keep for my scripting purpose, and I keep writing in this every day 3 things. So what I am grateful for on the everyday basis, what is it that you want to give gratitude towards. So I write 12 lines, or you can write 3 or you can write 5. What is it that you are grateful for the previous day, and then I keep writing what is it that I am manifesting in my life. Like I'm in the process of manifestation 100 students in my life, or I'm in the process of manifesting the best of the best dance schools for my daughter. So all this, the process of manifestation, I'll write it. 1 second, guys, let me see what's happening. Okay, we'll just wait for Ishpreet. Oh, Ishpreet is unable to join, it says. So we'll start with scripting the gratitude part, then the manifestation, that I'm in the process of manifesting, and what is it that you are manifesting in your life. You're manifesting money in your life, you're manifesting a relationship in your life, you're manifesting house in your life. Okay, awesome, Ishu. I'll just send you the request. Okay, let's see whether she can join in. So just hold on, guys. We have to live with this because everything, we don't have any control over the network. And it's something amazing tips which we are learning from Ishpreet today. It's so authentic. It's so simple, and we sometimes wonder that what is the reason of this cribbing, crying, complaining. Ishu, are you able to join? I've just sent you the request. Okay. It shows waiting for Ishpreet to join in. It's connecting. Oh yes, awesome.
Oh God. Sorry, guys.
It's
The
absolutely
network.
fine. We the things which we don't have control in, we shouldn't be worrying. So
Yeah. I hope it stays. Okay. I'm not promising anything. I just hope it stays.
yeah, it's absolutely fine, Issue. If it goes up also, it's
Okay.
absolutely fine. So just relax. Yeah,
Cool.
fantastic. So we really learned a lot, and now I really want to know what is it which makes you so consistent with all this process. What are the key habits? How does your day look like? from the time you get up? How did you manifested this Manali trip? And what is making you to stay 2 months? These are my questions in my head right now.
That's too many questions, Lina. You have to ask one at a time.
I'm so sorry. I'm just drilling out everything.
One.
Yes.
Yeah, one. So what's the first question?
First question is, what are your daily habits? How does your day look
Okay.
like?
Okay. So honestly, no day is similar. Okay. Every day is something or the other. But one thing that is consistent and the same every day is the morning routine. Okay. And especially after coming to Manali, that also I can answer for you here only, that I wanted to come to Manali because I needed a break from my bedroom in Indore. Okay. My productivity was like shooting down. I remember talking to you about it, and that I'm not able to like do much and
Yeah.
things like that. And it was just very difficult for me in that environment. And plus, the second I'd start to make videos, my mom from the other corner, she'd be yelling, ki, oh, come eat food or this or that, and there's just too many disturbances. So I was like, I need to get out. And Manali seemed to be a place where I could like spend time with myself. And I was going through a very rough time before I came here. So I thought it'll help me clear my head as well. And just like let me be with myself. So that's what I did. That's why I came here. And here, after coming here, what I do every day is that there's this very pretty trail around my house. Okay, so I go there every single morning with my diary and my book that I'm reading. It's a really good book. You're a Badass at Making Money. You should really try it out if you haven't. That with this ambience, with this environment, I do my meditation there firstly. Then I do my affirmations and my scripting and writing, all of those things. That I do. That happens in the morning again, and followed by reading the book right there. So these are like the 3-4 things that I do without fail
So
every single
can
morning.
this be considered as the tools and techniques for law of attraction?
Of course, absolutely. Yeah. Because the days that I don't do it, I don't feel vibrationally connected to whatever I want to do and whatever I want to achieve. Honestly, it's that. So like every morning when I pen down these affirmations and things like that, it makes me feel a lot closer to where I want to be. And it makes me like, it just pumps me up, it pumps me up and puts me in the right state of mind. And the time that I'm coming back to my house, I always put up like a nice motivational video or an audio in the background, and I'm listening to that while the time I reach home. So that part, that's what I'm doing. And by the time I'm home, I'm like sorted that, okay, this is what I am, this is what I want, or this is how my day is looking ahead, because I'm clear with my intentions and things like that. It makes you feel really clear, and instead of blurry and lack of clarity and all that. Yeah,
So it's like when you write it, scripting is the core of manifestation, I feel. Because when
I
you
feel so.
actually, when you actually write it, each and every cell of your body is convinced that yes, this is going to happen, or you truly believe that it's going to happen. So that's
Yeah.
the level of energy, that's the level of state where we need to be. And I feel scripting has truly helped me as well. So that's something I feel all of you guys who is listening and who are not doing scripting, just try it out. Try it out with
Yeah.
one simple goal. And when you start doing the scripting and when you see things happening in your life, you can't just wait to start teaching others, because learning something
Yeah.
so amazing and so such a powerful technique, you will get out and start teaching others. So that's kind of the beauty of it. So fantastic.
And there is a
Thank
lot
you.
of power that comes with it. There is a lot of power when you take a piece of paper and a pen and you write something with it. It's like you are actually feeling things coming to life, and there's a lot of energy and vibration when you write things down. It makes it real, to say the least. So yeah.
True, exactly. I mean, you are writing your destiny out. You're not waiting
Yeah.
for God to write it. Yes, we need God's guidance. We need universe energy. I mean, when we are in the process of manifestation, it's very important that the universal energy will start working for you. And
Yeah.
the number one thing which I really felt in my journey was being grateful for what you have currently, and then you start thinking of what you want. So it's always, I've seen people, they're cribbing, crying, complaining about their existing situation. And even I was the same person, if you ask me. I mean, I was exactly in that position of always blaming others. I really think of a day, I mean, like 7 years back or something, I went
Yeah.
for a training asking the trainer, teach me something that I can come back and change my husband. So, give me some tools and techniques that I
What?
can come back and change my mother-in-law's behavior. So, you know, I was that kind of person who was looking out to change people
Yeah.
around me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they still remain the same. Who changed is me.
Yeah.
And the day I changed, the energy of mine started changing the environment around me. So it's
Yeah.
so simple. I mean, that's what is all. The energy plays a big game in our life. So what is it
Yeah.
that, Ishpreet, with your experience, do you feel that why people are not able to attract things in their life? What is it they are missing? Even if they are doing scripting, and there are people who come back to me that I have a high level of emotion for my girlfriend and I want that relationship in, but still I'm not able
Yeah.
to attract that love. How can you attract the love of your life? That's the most tried questions now with everyone, most of us.
So it's like two different things. Why do you manifest and like why are you not manifesting anything else in your life is I feel a different question altogether. And why are you not manifesting the love of your life is a whole different question. Because
True.
when you talk about why are you not manifesting the love of your life, see, most people when they talk about they are not able to manifest, they come from a place of lack and they come from a place of desperation that I don't have this and I don't have this person. Okay. And that desperation comes from a lot of insecurities. That has a lot to do with the way that they feel about themselves. You will not, to everyone who's listening here and who wants to manifest the love of their life, please listen carefully because until and unless you accept yourself the way that you are, and you fall in love with yourself. And when I say you fall in love with yourself, I don't mean in a crazy movie kind of a way. I just mean that you accept yourself for the person you are. Okay. And be comfortable in your own skin. All the things that you dislike about yourself right now, that, okay, I don't like my nose. There's so many people. I don't like my nose. I don't like my face. I don't like whatever. Fall in love with those things first. Because how do you expect someone else to fall in love with you when you yourself aren't accepting of yourself? Right?
True.
And the
True.
second thing that comes is that these movies, Bollywood movies, have made us to believe that two people come together and complete each other. Okay? And that cannot be further from the truth. You don't ever complete anyone else. You complement someone else. Unless and until you are happy and content with where you are in your life and you let go of the need to have anyone else in your life, that is when someone will walk into your life so unexpectedly when you, like I said, when you least expect it. But you should be willing to be in a position, like I said, number one, in love with yourself and totally accepting of yourself and the person that you are. So work on the things that you don't like about yourself and tell yourself that, okay, fine, this is what I am and I'm ready to accept as I am. And if someone else is not willing to accept me for the way I am, I'd rather not be with them. Okay. Number one. And number two, you should be absolutely comfortable with being with yourself without having the need to have someone by your side. So these are the two main things that you need to do in order to attract someone in your life. The second that you are like, okay, fine, you know what? I'm happy by myself. I'm happy all alone in my life and I'm doing my thing and I am in my element. I don't need someone else to complete me. And the second you say that and you feel that, then you will wait and you'll just like see how someone just walks into your life and just makes it better.
Wow, that's so amazing. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
I mean, all of you guys, if you really want to attract your love in your life, apply this, what Ishpreet has just taught. It's so, so, so amazing. And, you know, even like the simplest of things, if we are trying to attract money in our life, we keep checking the bank balance every 10 minutes
Yeah.
or every day. Is it increasing? Is it increasing? How much is the balance? And it's the desperation which maybe the money will go off somewhere. So
Yeah.
every time you are expecting a message from your girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you keep checking, the message has come, the message has come, the message, and the message doesn't come. But when you are actually not checking, you might see that message coming up. So it's so
Exactly. Yeah.
true. It's just so true. I mean, that
Yeah.
desperation, the let go factor. And I feel the best way about the letting go factor is the trust and the faith on the universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether you call it universe, whether you call it God, it's just the trust on that mighty power. There is someone somewhere, the energy which is much beyond you and me. So if we can
Yeah.
just trust it and let things happen on its way, we can set the intention, but we don't have the control over the timeline. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
timeline,
And
I
you know,
feel we
I
have to build it.
exactly, exactly. And you know, I just want to add to the faith of everyone present here right now. I want to say something that's going to give you a lot of hope and faith, which is that think of it that way, okay? I'm just like gonna, in very layman terms, that everything in this world is energy, all right? There is nothing else in this world, nothing else, absolutely nothing. And energy cannot be created nor destroyed, okay? So just think of it that way. If energy really cannot be created or destroyed, that just means that whatever desire you have, no matter what it may be, no matter how big or small, it already exists in this world, right? Because it still is energy. And I
Yes,
just,
exactly.
yeah. So it just,
Exactly.
it exists in the world right now. All you got to do is just align with it. So whatever you want, it's out there. Yeah.
So true. It's absolutely so true. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ishvi. Thank you so much. I feel I've crossed my time, but I really don't want you to let go because it's so
No,
much to
I
learn
think we
from
can,
you.
I think we can stay for 5, 10 minutes because of my internet issue. Yeah.
Yeah, true, true, true. So, I
Yeah.
mean, is there, see, one thing which I want to really know from you is, though we learn so many things and we attend a session, we listen to you, and maybe it would be like for next 24 hours, we'll be highly motivated to do things. We start
Yeah.
with scripting and we'll continue for 1 week, we'll continue for 2 weeks, and then something happens, we'll drop down. The
Yeah.
consistency factor, I feel
Yeah.
that's the core of any successful person. So
Yeah.
being consistent in life is something which completely transforms you. What is it that which makes you consistent in what you do? So how you are so consistent in all these activities, what you have learned?
Okay, so to first state honestly, I am not very consistent and I still struggle to be consistent with the things that I do. I'm going to be very honest. But that is okay as. Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. My
Okay.
phone dropped down from the. Okay, fine. I just hold it in my
Okay.
hand. My stand, it just completely dropped down.
Energy
Yeah.
is too much for your phone to handle, I think. Huh.
Yeah, I call it as a God talent. Anytime we are doing something which is sharing to the world, God will challenge us whether we will still continue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
please tell.
I was saying that, like, to be very honest, I struggle a lot again with consistency and being and that's the reason I came to Manali because I was not being consistent in Indore, and I was like, I need to do something about it. But again, what puts me back on track is my why. And for everyone listening right now, if you are struggling with being consistent, I want you to go back today after this session, and I want you to write down why you want to do something. Your why is so important because that is what will always pull you back into your element. If you don't have a clear why, for example, let's say if you want to make a lot of money, your dream is to get rich. Okay, but why do you want to get rich?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to get rich to provide a beautiful family or a beautiful experience for your family, or you want to do it to have a happy future with your future family or whatsoever. But whatever it is, it should be clear, and it should come from a very clear place from your heart, and it should be a lot more than just materialistic things. It should have a very strong emotional value attached to it, I feel. So, for example, my why is that I have so many dreams, not just for myself, but for my family. That I want to provide a lot of things for them and make life as beautiful as I can for them. And that is my why. So every time I fall out of being consistent, I fall back on this. And I remember this, that why did I start at the first place? And why am I doing this? And when I have that picture in my mind, I visualize it for like 2, 3 minutes. And the second I do that, it puts me back into perspective, and I'm like, fine, this is the direction where I'm heading, and that's why I need to get back. And
True.
again, because it has a very emotional value attached to me, is why I'm able to do it.
So the real reason of your consistency is knowing your why. And
Exactly.
it's like I really love this statement that your why should make you cry. And when you
Yeah.
reach that state of emotion, then nothing will stop you. I mean, it could be any
Yeah.
challenges which is coming your way. You could just remember what is your final result, and you keep going. Like for me,
Yeah.
it's my daughter, and whenever I see her, and I know that I could give her the best future, I could give her the best of life what I can. And when I see her in front of me, I just get up and start working. It doesn't matter what is my mood. So my daughter charges me up, and she is my why. So,
Yeah.
what is your why today to manifest things in your life? And that will just kickstart and will never, never, ever let you go down. So, it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I mean, that was wonderful learning from you. The final, just before we wind up this session, what is your some advice to the viewers who are watching here? The last advice from you, which we can hear, and some quick rapid fire round which we'll have with you.
Really? Okay. Okay. My advice in a very general sense, if I give, is that I just wanna put this thing out there is that you are really the creator of your life, everyone. Everyone that who's watching us, please know that no one else is gonna come and save you. You are the only person who can save yourself. You're the only person who can create the life that you desire. And you, my main motive, and even as on Instagram, as it says, because I've put it out there, is that I only want to help all you powerful people just remember how powerful you really are. Because that's what we lack. We have all this power inside us. And the only thing that we got to do is just remember it. Come back and remember that we really have all this power to make everything happen for us and everything possible for us. Yeah.
That's amazing. Ishpreet, we have a question from a viewer. I want to ask you that how to, this is from Explicit Storm. Sorry, I don't know your name, and that's what I'm reading. So I
Yeah.
want to ask you that how to overcome with failure when you expect the success, but you didn't get it. That's
I
amazing
want to ask.
question. So did you
Okay.
get?
Yeah. I was just reading it again. Okay. So in that case, again, I would want to say that believe it or not, you have somewhere manifested that. Okay. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine because failure is always going to be a part of your life. You can't really avoid it. And what I have learned in all my life with all the failures that I've had is that you have a certain journey that you have to go through. Okay. You will have to have those failures in order to reach where you are today. So some failures, believe it or not, are just blessings in disguise for you. Because think of it as that way. If you probably failed in this particular thing, but you just didn't know that because of you failing in this thing, something 10 times better and sometimes 10 times more grander is like on your way, and it's just about to enter your life. But you not being able to see it because you're too consumed by your failure is what will lead you to miss this new opportunity. So failures are always going to be a part of your life. Or how I see it as, when you have a particular failure, the number one thing you want to do is see what you learned from it. Very simple, like we always talk about, very cliched. See what you learned from it, what you learned from that failure, and then have your moments of grief and have your moments of sadness, that why did it happen, or just let it out, whatever it is. And then keep your mindset towards knowing that okay, this is what was meant to happen in my life, so that something better could come along. And this will always save you. When you start looking at things as if they are happening for you and not happening to you, it will change everything for you. You will keep getting more and more better opportunities your way, and then that failure is just going to be like a little lesson that was on your way. That's all. It's not going to be anything more than that.
So good. I mean, that's such an eye opener, that having that just one statement in your mind that life is happening for you and not to you. So
Yeah,
what are happening for us, it's actually creating, giving us a lesson of life. And
yeah,
failure is like part of a journey. And
yeah,
I mean, you truly can't enjoy success until you have
yeah.
tasted the. So I really don't
I
know if
know.
anyone who has without the failure. I don't know whether.
Exactly. Yeah. That's not possible. It's really not possible. You have to have your journey. I always feel no matter how many detours it'll take, but your journey is your journey, and you will have to go through whatever you have to go through to have those learnings. Otherwise, you wouldn't be the person you are today, right?
Exactly, exactly. And it's always you are in a journey out of your comfort zone doing something, there
Yeah.
are chances of you reaching out to a failure, or there are chances of challenges coming up. It's just that the way you look at things and keep
Yeah.
moving on, learn from it and keep moving on. So thank you so much.
Exactly.
Thank you. And it was so amazing. Thank you so much for asking that question. I feel it has helped everyone. The answers which we received from Ishpreet.
Yeah.
Is there any other question which you want to ask? Please, guys, put down your question because we are just winding up the session. And if suppose you are not able to ask here, you can DM me and
Yeah.
let whatever your questions are. You can DM me and she would be able to answer anytime. DM, keep following all the links available here, and we are ready to help you. Happy always to be there. Awesome. So,
Absolutely.
from you, Ishpreet, is uh, the next coming up is, but in this case, the people do suicide. So, what you will say in that case, Ishpreet? I feel people are
For people who,
down with Sushant Singh case, and
yeah.
yes. So, do you want to answer that, Ishpreet?
No, no, go ahead if you want to answer.
Okay, so basically, I would say the person who are dipping down. I mean, you know that the person is on the verge of depression or sadness. If the person is for long time, if he stays in that negative zone, then that suicidal thought comes in picture. If you can make that person come out of that suicidal thought at that moment, you would be able to save so many lives. The reason we are here and we are doing this session, and one of my motive of doing this session is, anybody who is listening to us is absolutely fine to be having facing those failures or having that trauma. You are not feeling good about your life is absolutely fine, but it is not fine to come. You have to come out of it. You need help. So it's number one thing which is important is, don't wait for that suicidal thought to come in. As and when you are feeling upset about something, take help. There is somebody out there who can help you. There is somebody out there who has faced the same challenge what you are facing right now, and the person was able to overcome it. And that's the whole intention. I mean, if you see, whether it's my life, whether it's Ishpreet's life, we have all faced challenges in our life and we have overcome it. Just because we have overcome, today we are here to teach that. I myself was in a state of depression. I myself was in a state of, if I would have stayed with that depression for a year or so, I'm pretty sure it would have reached to a suicidal thought. But I came out of it. How fast you can bounce back, how fast you
Yeah.
can help. That's the
Yeah.
goal. So if it's
Absolutely.
fine that if you're seeing someone out there, reach out for help. That's the
Yeah.
something which I could say here. Ishpreet,
No, absolutely. I totally, totally agree with you. I just feel like to rather think of it as the second that you feel demotivated for a long period of time, just know that there is someone out there, like Lena just said, that someone out there who can just listen to you and could help you in whatever way. And there will always be something in your life that is still worth living for. Okay, always something, there's this one thing you will get that makes you happy, or just this looking at the bigger picture will always put you back in perspective. But seeking out for help in the early stages is definitely something that should not be avoided, and that should not be, it's not okay to think that let me go into this dark hole and only then will I think about what to do. No. And the taboo around mental health, I'm just glad that it's just decreasing every single day, every passing day. Because, yeah, the second that you know and normalize mental health, it'll be so much more easier for you to ask for help.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, asking help is the number one thing. And one thing which is, rather than crying and cribbing and complaining about your life, we have to just see how to solution it. I mean, rather than a reacting stage, we need to come to responding phase, and that requires help. I mean, I myself required help. I had so many
Yeah.
mentors in my life to help me come out of the situation.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that, and it's so amazing, so amazing. Is what I just want to ask you: is there a specific book